waiting for a heart surgery in this hospital in Havana. 3-year-old Dailier Herrera has been here for months. His mother had hoped her son could be treated without an operation, but the doctors didn't have the right equipment. Now surgery is the only option.
Apparently they are lacking a catheter needed to carry out a much simpler procedure, so they have to operate because he can't wait any longer.
In the wake of the revolution, the US imposed an economic embargo on Cuba in 1962. The Cold War between the West and the Soviet Union was at its height. President Kennedy and his administration were deeply worried about Cuba's close links with Moscow. Though the Cold War ended and the Soviet Union collapsed more than 20 years ago, the embargo is still in place. And at this hospital, its effects are everywhere to be seen.
Our hospital is on a list of places that are denied access to US companies because the US government says we do not fulfill certain requirements. We must be supervised and cannot carry out surgeries on foreigners. Because of that, we are lacking some equipment needed. This is not charity.
The embargo is a constant talking point on the island, and most Cubans blame it for the shortages of everything, from concrete to build roads and houses to food shortages.
The United States is only 145 kilometers away from here, which makes it Cuba's natural trade partner. With the embargo, Cuba is forced to seek partners somewhere else, which authorities say makes it more difficult and expensive to bring goods to the island.
The Cuban government says that in 50 years, the embargo has cost them around $900 billion. Analysts say that the effects of the embargo cannot be underestimated, but that it can't be blamed for mistakes committed by authorities here.
We've had domestic failures and distortions that might have justified the embargo when it was implemented, but now it's irrational and generates more problems than solutions. For any country in the world to be threatened by superpower contaminates the economy, investment, and all commercial relations.
50 years after it was imposed, the embargo has failed in its main objective, to topple the Castro's rule. The government here remains unchallenged, while Cuba's most vulnerable continue to pay the costs. Teresa, Al Jazeera, Havana.